Mistakes are proof that you are trying, and forgiveness just means that you are growing from them, because everybody makes mistakes. We are all human. Stop thinking that you have to be this perfect human being, because nobody is perfect. Nobody. Not the people that you see on Instagram, not the people that you see in real life. Even if you think their life is perfect, believe me, you don't know even 1% of their life. They show you that little percentage of their life that they want you to see. You don't know anything about anyone. So just remember that you have these high expectations for yourself, but you need to learn to forgive yourself, because nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. And if you don't forgive yourself, you're literally going to be a prisoner in your own mind, and you need to be able to set that prisoner free, because you can forgive yourself. It is okay. You've made mistakes in the past. You didn't know any better, but now you do. You need to learn from those mistakes. It's not a mistake anymore. It's a learning curve. Let's change the mistake into an experience. And what did I learn from that experience? You know, we always give labels to things, and that is what fits us into this box. A mistake is not a mistake. It's something you labeled as a mistake. A mistake, you can label it as an opportunity for me to learn something. What did I learn from this opportunity? You see how I'm using different language. And when you use different language, you're programming your subconscious mind to think, oh, it wasn't a bad thing. It actually wasn't. I actually learned something from this. So it can be a positive thing in my life instead of having to be such a negative thing. But because you labeled it as something negative, it will end up playing out as something negative in your life, and you will always remember it as something negative. And then you have this like negative constant loop. So instead of labeling it as something negative, label it as something positive, as to this was an opportunity for me to learn something. What did I learn from it? You need to understand that mistakes do not define you. You keep learning from them and you keep growing. That is the only way you're going to grow. It doesn't define you. Please believe me when I say mistakes do not define you, okay? If you made loads of mistakes in the past, it doesn't mean that that is who you are. You are not defined by them. You are defined by the person who you are today and the person who you think of becoming in the future. Every little step counts. If you was the worst person in the world to every single person that you came across before, it's okay. I will tell you now, it's okay. Today, we're going to be a different person. We're going to be nicer to people. And you need to do little habits that will make you the person that you want to be. Don't think that because of what I was in the past, that is what I have to stay. No, you are fitting yourself into that little box again, which you need to stop doing. Even if every single person knows you as that old person, it doesn't matter. Leave them behind. If everyone keeps telling you, oh, but you're not nice to people, oh, you can't do that, or like say if you want to start going on to fitness and you're like, say fat or overweight, whatever you want to call it, I do not care, but say you're overweight and you want to start going on to a fitness journey, and then everyone starts mocking you saying, oh, but that's not you, you can't go to the gym, you can't eat healthy, you love that chocolate. Drop them. You do not need them in your life. Please drop them. They are not good for you. They've seen an old version of you. If they don't support you when you're trying to become a better version of yourself, drop them. You do not need them in your life. You need people who are supporters, who are cheerleaders. And even if you don't have anyone around you in your circle who cheers for you that you can do it, then go find people online. Go find people online that will motivate you to achieve your goals or achieve your dreams. Go find fitness people that actually talk on YouTube and just talk about like, you can do it, anyone can do it. Like, look at me, I got from here to there. Nowadays, it doesn't have to be the 5 physical people that you surround yourself with that you'll become or that you are like, okay? Even the people on the internet, who are you looking at all the time? Who are you reading about? Who are you listening to all the time? You need to start looking at other people that inspire you, that you want to be like, because that's what you should be looking at. So you should be able to forgive your past self and know you didn't know any better, or maybe you did, but you didn't act on it. But today we are going to act on it. Today we are going to become the better person that we want to be. Because we can. We make the decisions. We take accountability. The power is within us. So stop giving other people the power of what they think of you or how they define you. You define yourself. And then when you can't forgive yourself, you're in this like negative cycle as to thinking you're a bad person, you're this, you're that, you're like, you just fill your head with so much shit. I'm sorry, but you fill your head with so much shit and it doesn't need to be there. Think, I made this one mistake. Or whatever you did, if you made loads of mistakes, whatever it is, I made this one mistake, doesn't mean I'm a shitty person. I didn't know any better. I can forgive myself. I can move on, be better, learn from this lesson. What did you learn from it? How can you never do that again? If you need to say sorry to someone, you can say sorry to them if that's going to make you feel better. Whatever will help you in forgiving yourself, you need to take those steps to helping you heal that relationship with yourself, because the relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you will ever have in your life, because you're living with yourself. You're in your head 24/7. No one else, not your mum, not your sister, not your best friend, not your boyfriend, not your husband, not your kids. No one knows what is going on in your head 24/7. You're the only person that has lived with yourself since the day you was born. You understand yourself fully. You know what's going on in your head. You know the struggles that you've had. One person might have had one experience and another person might have had the same experience, but they might experience it in a different way. So you can't understand anyone's problems ever, because everyone experiences something in a different way. So something might have traumatized you so much more than it would have traumatized like someone else. So you need to stop comparing yourself to, oh, this person had that issue as well, but they weren't that traumatized by it. It doesn't matter. If it hurt you that much, okay. But you need to learn to be able to process those feelings. Process your feelings. It's okay. You can have feelings. You can have emotions. You can be human. Why do we not understand this? We think, oh, we need to be perfect because we see all these random things on Instagram and we think, oh, this person has the perfect life, or this person has this perfect thing, or whatever it is. It's all a lie. Stop believing everything you see on the internet or in real life. No one tells you their life story. Believe me, even like the closest person to you has secrets that you don't know. You don't know anyone. You don't know anyone truly to their core. The only person that you know to their core is yourself. The main reason as to why we can't forgive ourselves is because we think we need to be perfect, and we don't. We don't need to be perfect. We are human. Always remember that. I am human. I'm allowed to make mistakes. But from these mistakes, I learn and I grow. If you don't grow and you keep repeating the mistakes, I'm sorry, but you're dumb, okay? You are dumb because you can't understand that I've made this mistake so many times, this is the outcome, and I need to change it to get a different outcome. If you're sitting there and complaining about why is my life not changing, it's because you are repeating the same mistakes and you think you're going to have a different outcome. I'm sorry, like, where's the logic in that? Stop. Change your habits. That is all it comes down to. Forgive yourself. I didn't know any better. Or even if you did, I knew better. Okay, I didn't change then. I'm going to change now. You can change yourself any day of your life. The more you love yourself, you will change your life. Because if you love yourself, you'll have loving relationships. You'll bring in anything you want because you're just a magnet then. Because you love yourself. Love is one of the highest vibrations. And if you can love yourself, because everything is to do with your emotions. Now, if you have internal conflict, then you will never be able to attract anything you really want. Because you don't love yourself enough. So then nothing around you will be good. Because inside is like hell. You have built hell inside of yourself, so that is what will reflect into your life. You'll constantly have problems, you'll constantly have bills, you'll constantly have conflict with your friends or family. You will never have a loving relationship because you don't love yourself. And you don't love yourself because you haven't been able to forgive yourself. You can literally brainwash yourself by changing your internal dialogue. You just say, that's not me. That's not the person. I'm sorry, that's not me. I don't remember who that is. If someone wants to bring up an old version of you, just be like, sorry, I don't know who this person is. That's not me. Be delusional. I'm not even joking. Literally, it is fake it till you make it, because you have to learn day by day to love yourself a bit. And loving yourself means forgiving yourself again. So day by day, do little things that will make you love yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I love myself. Look in the mirror and say, I've forgiven myself. I'm human. I make mistakes. It's okay. This is life. I'm growing. Every day, say to yourself, I am growing. I am growing. I am becoming the highest version of myself. And look in your eyes. Look in the mirror. Look in your eyes and tell this to yourself. Because if you don't sit there and tell this to yourself, no one's going to do it for you, babe. No one's going to do it for you. Everyone has their own problems and everyone has this issue. People find it so hard to forgive themselves, and it's okay. We are human. That's all you need to remember. I am human. I can make mistakes. You need to live your own life, make your own mistakes, become the person who you are meant to be. And the only way you will do that is by understanding yourself. And how you understand yourself is by making these dumb mistakes. And when you make these dumb mistakes, there's such a beautiful opportunity for you to learn. If you think about all the mistakes in your past, think about it. The mistake of dating that wrong person. I had a hot glow up after that. The mistake of, failing a test. I worked triple times harder and I got an A star in that. The mistake of going to the wrong university or not getting into the university that I wanted to. I got into a different university that I never even dreamed of. I got a chance to live out. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all of these mistakes actually turned into something that was like such a beautiful opportunity, but you didn't understand it was at that point because you thought, oh my God, hell's breaking loose. This is the worst thing I could have done on the planet. If you actually think about it, when you're thinking of you made this mistake, you need to think, in 5 years' time, am I even going to care about this? No, you probably won't, because it's not going to matter. You're going to be living in some like different reality. Something completely different is going to be going on in your life. If you're thinking about, oh my God, I made that mistake of wasting this much time on this boy. No, you didn't, because you learned something from that relationship, and that relationship had to teach you something and the other person something. If they cheated on you, or they were just a narcissist or something, if they were narcissist, you need to learn to create boundaries. That was your fault for sitting in that relationship while they were being a narcissist to you. It was your fault for not setting those boundaries. Yes, they might be a pro at being a narcissist. I'm just giving an example here, guys, but they might be a pro at being a narcissist, but you had to learn in that relationship to set boundaries, and you wouldn't have been able to learn that if people were nice to you all your life. So maybe imagine in the future, you need to learn to set boundaries with friends, with families, with your partner, with your co-workers, with your bosses. It's so important to know how to set boundaries. And the only way you're going to learn that is, one, if your parents teach you, or two, you actually have to learn it in real life, in something that happened in your life that was traumatic. That's an example. You think that that was a mistake, or you giving so much love was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Everything happens for a reason. The reason why you maybe was the overgiver was because they needed that love at that point in their life, and you was the only person that could give that love. That's all you need to think about. Don't ever think any of your past relationships or past experiences were a mistake. Everything happens for a reason. You needed to be there in that person's life at that moment, and they needed to be in yours at that moment. So you need to think back, what did I learn from that? Instead of thinking of it as a mistake. It's a learning curve. Everything in life is like ups and downs, and it's all about learning and growing. Who do you become after that mistake? And you need to think that if people are always mean to me, if people are always mean to you, you haven't learned how to set boundaries. So you need to think, I need to learn how to set boundaries. This is what I need to learn from this. Don't think, oh, my mistake was that I gave them all my time and energy. Oh, why did I do this? Why did I do that? Why? Why are we always thinking that? Everyone is always up in the head. Get out of your head, be in the present moment. Forget about the past. The past doesn't exist. It's an illusion. Forgive your past self, move forward, look into the future. Who do I want to be in the future? What do I want to be today? What are the small habits I'm going to do today so that I can be the best person? Every single day. It's the small habits that count. Don't need to take a big jump. Don't need to completely change your life. It's the small little habits. Forgive yourself for doing the wrong things and make small habits to change them, so that you can become the person you want to be. Look at the person you want to be and just imitate their little behaviors, and soon you'll become that person. Another reason why we find it so hard to forgive ourselves is because of the shame. It's just like eating us alive. Like, oh my God, I did something wrong. You know, the more you think of it like that, the more it will eat you up, and it will make it harder for you to shift. It's not your identity that you did this thing that was wrong. Usually we do something, we make mistakes because of our previous experiences from like childhood or from any experience that we've had, the family that we were brought up into, the friends we surround ourselves with, our teachers, everyone around us influenced us in a certain way, and then they influenced our like behaviors, and we don't know it because obviously when we're growing up, we're just like la 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 la, and we don't know that we're absorbing everything because we're a little baby sponge. So learn that whatever mistake you made was because it was a younger version of you that didn't know any better. You don't need to identify as that past person. You can say, okay, I made that mistake, but I didn't know any better. No one taught me better, but now I'm figuring it out myself. And trust me, you'll continue to make mistakes, but then you'll continue to learn little bits. You don't need to be perfect. No one is perfect. Everyone is still learning. Even when you're 70, 80, you're still gonna be learning something new. And it's amazing. Isn't that the most beautiful thing ever? We always have a chance to learn. So forgive yourself, because it's not your identity. Our identity always changes. Who we are inside, we are all loving human beings inside. But because of some experience, some trauma, some karma, whatever it is, it has gotten to us and it has stripped us of that love. So try and come back to that loving self, and the way you can do that is by loving yourself first. I'm going to wrap this up real quick because it was longer than I expected, but some practical tips for you to start forgiving yourself is: 1, own that mistake. I made a mistake. I'm moving forward. I'm going to learn from that mistake. Number 2 is don't look at the mistake as a bad thing. It's an opportunity for me to learn. What did I learn from it? What experience did I gain from it? Number 3 is channel that inner critic. Why am I criticizing myself so much? Where is your advocate at? Your advocate needs to be like, it's okay, I got you. We forgive ourselves. We know self-acceptance. We can give ourselves that love and compassion that we needed, because why would we have made that mistake in the first place? We're going to practice releasing those emotions. So you can do that through journaling, writing down your emotions and just letting that flow through you and just get it out of your system. Just practice being able to release those emotions and let go of them, because it does not define you. Your mistake does not define you. You are more than that. And the last one is taking positive action. So every little day, like I said so many times in this video, do those little things that help you to become the person you want to be. Forgive yourself now. Oh, I made that choice in the past. Why did I make that choice? Understand why you did those things. Sit there and really think, why did I make that mistake? And then you'll stop making those mistakes. So that's a wrap from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.